In January 2026, an international group of 200 children of scientists, led by New Zealand, achieved a historic achievement. From a depth of 523 meters of ice and another 228 meters of ancient rocks and silt, scientists managed to get rock samples. No one has ever drilled so deeply into the ice of West Antarctica in history. And the extracted cores have literally become a time machine, allowing us to look back 23 million years into the past. At the same time, another group of scientists, Chinese-Russian, drilled in East Antarctica and also set a record by extracting a core from a depth of 540 meters. Each team made a gaffed find. From the east, the revelation of the continent's magnetic anomaly. From the west, the discovery that Antarctica's ice has already melted in the not-so-distant past, froze back, and melted again. According to scientists, the mystery of only this western part of Antarctica's glaciers could raise the level of the world's oceans by 4 to 5 meters. This is an almost guaranteed farewell of humanity to vast territories. Venice is clear, but what about the 25 million inhabitants of Shanghai? Or the 42 million population of Jakarta? Will the cataclysm be so massive that literally every Earthling will feel it on their own skin? So what exactly did scientists find under the ice of Antarctica? How much time do we have left before the apocalypse? And is there a way to prepare? These are extremely important issues that we will talk about in the next couple of minutes. Support us with a like and a comment so we can continue to bring you the latest news of history and archaeology. It begins on the Ross Ice Shelf at the Creary Ice Rise. The glacier was discovered by James Ross in 1841. At first, James named it after Queen Victoria, but the scientific community renamed it Ross Glacier and immediately faced an interesting fact. The Ross Glacier is technically not Antarctica. Although gigantic, the size of France, it is an offshore glacier, the largest on the planet. Unlike an iceberg, it does not float. It anchors Antarctica, preventing ice from collapsing into the ocean.
The place where the Ross Glacier anchors itself is called the Creary Rise. And it was there, in this colorful and globally important place, that scientists decided to drill. The challenge? At least 500 meters of ice before reaching soil samples. Fortunately, ice has its kryptonite, hot water. An international team devised an elegant scheme using diesel generators. Snow was melted into pools, heated to 75 degrees Celsius, and fed into a drilling rig. Not drilling, but dripping boiling water, slowly melting the ice. At 75 meters, an artificial well was created. With its help, reserves were enough to go deeper. A diamond-coated drill was finally used to reach the ground. Layer by layer, 228 meters of ancient rocks were extracted, 23 million years old. The first find? Shell fragments and remains of marine organisms, animals that needed sunlight to live. This means that at least once or twice in the last 23 million years, this part of Antarctica was an open ocean, or at least a border where ice broke off. This is important because Antarctica froze 34 million years ago. And yet, there were still periods when the continent turned from an outright snowball into a slightly less thick snowball. It may sound boring, but for the population of coastal Shanghai, even partial melting would be catastrophic. Now, scientists will conduct research to understand the main thing: when exactly Antarctica was melting. This will be compared with global temperature data, giving us a clear timer for when a similar event may occur in the future. The conditional layer with oceanic animals is dated 5 million years ago. That means there was no ice. We study the average temperature for the same layer, and voila, here's the answer. But this is still a long way off, because delivering these cores to civilization is no easy task. Roughly, scientists say glaciers disappear when Earth's average temperature rises 2 degrees above the pre-industrial level. Today, it's 15 degrees, so at 17 degrees, the ice collapses. The problem is that climatologists cannot agree when this will happen. Forecasts vary from 2040 to 2500. So we wait for clarifications, sipping drinks from rotting paper tubes, and turn to the successes of the second eastern group of drillers. This time we are in East Antarctica, considered older and more stable. But in the region facing Australia, the compass goes crazy. The Earth's magnetic field behaves abnormally, hinting at something dense and unusual beneath the ice. Theories ranged from meteorite impact to frozen magma or mantle exposure. The Russian-Chinese team chose Princess Elizabeth Land, near the Progress Station, where ice was only 600 meters thick. By late 2025, they reached the surface through 545 meters of ice. And instantly, the first 45 centimeters of rock revealed their age, 970 million years. That's older than Pangaea, which formed 350 million years ago. In fact, they had extracted traces of Rodinia, a supercontinent that began forming 1.1 billion years ago. Continents collapsed, drifted, and the mantle renewed Earth's crust. Few ancient rocks survived, but scientists miraculously retrieved one from Antarctica. When they brought a compass to it, the arrow instantly went wild. The anomaly was explained. Not a meteorite, not exotic matter, but ancient magnetized rock, a greeting from Earth's deep past.